everybody, it's Hannah from Camp Laughing Waters. Today I'm going to show you how to make a home for mason bees. If you remember the last video that I made, I showed you my garden and planting some seeds in there, and I talked about really the importance of pollinators. And mason bees are a little bit different than our traditional bee that we think of that lives in a hive and makes honey. Mason bees are solitary bees that live on their own without a queen, without other bees. So we're gonna make them a home so that they can feel safe here in my garden, and I'll show you how we're gonna do that. So to make our mason bee home, we're gonna be using a variety of items that hopefully you have at home too. So I have a large sour cream container. I have some hot glue and some twine to decorate it. I have some loppers here, a knife, and some scissors so that I can cut up my container and cut up the insides, which I collected some bamboo from my yard because bamboo is actually a grass, and you can see it's hollow in the middle. And in the middle here, we're gonna fill our sour cream container with the bamboo so that the little holes are where our bees can live. So I'm gonna take my sour cream container and I'm actually gonna cut off the bottom here. So I'm gonna be very carefully using my pocket knife and sticking it into the container, being very careful not to put my fingers in front of the knife. This is something that you can absolutely have an adult help you with. And if you have something better, like a better container than I have, like really large soup cans will work. And that way you can just use a can opener to take off the top, eat your soup, and then take off the bottom so that you have this nice pass through, so that the bees can enter on either side. And I'm going to do that a bunch of times because I want to fill the entire container with these openings. Okay, now I'm going to take my bamboo where I placed my markers, and I'm going to use my loppers, which are like big garden cutters. They're specifically made to like trim hedges and bushes, and I'm going to cut my bamboo. Now again, this might be something that you want to have an adult help you with, and that is totally fine. We don't have to do things all by ourselves. So I'm just gonna place it right where the marking is, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, and then I cut it. And not only did my sour cream container fall, but my little piece of bamboo fell as well. That's okay. So you can see it fits right there just perfectly. And like I said, I want to fill up this entire space. So I have a lot of these to cut. And if you don't cut perfectly on the line, or, you know, it's a little long or a little bit short, that is okay. Because our bees won't mind. They're just looking for somewhere safe for them to rest. So I'm going to cut up a bunch of these, and then when I am done cutting them, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So I have some pieces that you can see right through the middle of. And then I have some pieces where the branches come out, and those are actually solid. So my bees would not be able to go all the way through like they would here. So I'm gonna take a look at my pieces, and any pieces that have these growth breaks where the branches would come out, I'm not gonna be able to use. So next, when I am measuring and cutting, I'm gonna adapt my measurements so that I don't have any of these pieces. So another thing you can do is you can take a screwdriver and actually push through the growth pieces and make your bamboo pieces solid if you want some more bamboo out of your bamboo stalks. Hey everybody, so you can see I'm making some progress here with my mason bee home, and it's taking up a lot. The bamboo, I need a whole lot of it, but some of the bamboo pieces actually split while I was trying to cut them. So what I can do is I can actually just place these broken pieces in in and around the pieces that are already in there, and just add them as some filler. And by doing that, I'm gonna save myself some space, and it's just gonna give the bees a little bit more room in between the holes so they feel more comfortable. Ready? So I have most of my container all filled up with our bamboo pieces, and some of the pieces are whole, some of them are a little bit broken, and you can see they're still moving around a little bit, and that's okay. So what I want to do is I want to take some of my smaller pieces, because we want most of our holes to be about 1/2 inch. So, just a little bit smaller than 1/2 inch. And this is much smaller. But what we can do is use these smaller pieces, just like we use the broken pieces, to kind of fill in the gaps and make it a little bit tighter in there so that our pieces don't move around quite as much. All right, so I have all my bamboo in, and I have wrapped some cord around the outside just for decoration. You don't have to do this. You could paint it, you could leave it plain, you can do whatever it is you would like. And now I'm going to run this string through in order to hang up my bee home. So I'm just gonna push it on through. And I may have to take a piece out in order to get the string through, and that is totally fine. So once I have it, I'm gonna pull it about halfway up. Then I'm gonna push my pieces that I took out to get the string through back in. Remember, we want it to be nice and snug in there, so that way none of the pieces move on our bees. And then I'm just gonna go right over left, and then left over right, doing a nice square knot. And then that isn't going anywhere, and I can hang up my bee home. And I'm hoping that I get lots of mason bees to come and live in my garden. Until next time, see you later.